Heaven's California.
Yo guys, what is going on? And today we are back with an Overwatch flash update news update. This is actually a guy that was saying keep up with the good work on competitive. I jumped on competitive today, 2 games, and I actually ended up winning 2 out of 2, which was good. I'm now a platinum player. I've gone up since last season already. But what are we discussing today? Well, we're discussing 2 things. Last night the PTR did get an update, and there are some huge nerfs on the PTR. And then we're also going to be discussing the state of Season 8 so far, and especially about its toxicity. But first of all, we're going to kick off with number 1, Mercy and Junkrat nerfs. That is right, Mercy and Junkrat have both experienced a little bit of a nerf. Well, a little bit, actually quite a lot of a nerf on the PTR last night. And we got details today, and some people might be a little bit unhappy. But we're going to start off with Junkrat nerf. So this was actually a post by the principal designer Jeff Goodman on the PTR. On the PTR update page, actually I think it's on the PTR feedback page on the Overwatch forums. So it starts with this latest PTR update, we have made the following hero changes. Hero updates: Junkrat Concussion Mine will now deal less damage to targets further away from the explosion center. And he's left some comments here. Junkrat has been enjoying the flexibility his double charge concussion mine provides, but it has now come a bit too easy to throw out huge bursts damage in a large area. With this change, he can still dish out similar damage, but the throw must be more accurate with his tosses. Now this is a huge setback for Junkrat players, because Junkrat players, you know, they like to go in and just they bomb over a choke, and then they throw a bomb down and just splash damage so many characters. And they've been like, they could literally jump onto the back, throw a bomb, just literally hover it as over a Mercy or a healer at the back, and as long as it's somewhat near them, it will probably kill them. Which was well, quite OP to say the least, because Junkrat, as you know, has been in the meta as well as Mercy for quite a long time, and we all know what happens to characters in the meta. Overwatch, they don't like to force a meta, and they don't like a meta to stay for too long. And what they'll do is they'll just make changes to these heroes to try and stop them becoming too much in meta. Now we know Mercy's been in the meta for nearly 2 seasons now, and they did make a change to Mercy a couple of, well, maybe about a month or so ago, which meant that she couldn't fly in and instantly res a player unless she was in her Valkyrie. And that didn't really make the change, but they are going to imply some more Mercy nerfs, which are as followed. The Junkrat nerfs is a huge blow to Junkrat players. And as you'll know, my cousin, who I queue with most of the time, well, not most of the time, I'd say about half and half now, in competitive, is a Junkrat player, and he certainly wasn't too happy about the Junkrat nerf himself. But let's have a look. Mercy. So Mercy, her nerfs have been on the Valkyrie. They've nerfed her res, which is what people didn't like. Now they're going and attacking her Valkyrie, and they've made 4 changes. They've gone overkill on Mercy because there's a lot of other healers in the game. We had dive comp healers where Mercy wasn't so effective. Although in the lower ranks, Mercy's always been effective. I think most games I've been in, we've played with a Mercy, and you usually end up winning. But Valkyrie then no longer makes resurrect instant. So as you know with Valkyrie, at the moment, when you're hitting a Valkyrie, you will you might actually see it later on in this gameplay. I believe when we're on the attack, I'm actually forced to go on the Mercy, which is when the Zarya was having a fit. But you can't hear that because I actually recorded it, and I didn't put it on Twitch. I still need to find out whether or not, if I record on Twitch, whether or not the team chat comes through, because I don't have the required cabling for that as of yet. But no longer makes resurrect instant. So at the moment with Mercy, if you res and then pop your Valkyrie, Valkyrie refreshes your resurrect. Basically, it will give you an extra resurrect. That's been taken away. Actually, no, that's not what it's talking about, is it? No longer makes resurrect instant. Is that that's the one down below, the bonus charge? That's been taken away. But the resurrect instant, that means you can't literally fly in, double, or you won't even be able to do double res now. Res someone straight away. The res is going to be basically the same all around. So they really have gone very much overkill on this poor Mercy Valkyrie ultimate, which is slightly disappointing as a Mercy player. But I'm sure Mercy players, I don't think it'll get rid of Mercy from the meta, because there is no other hero out there that can output the same amount of healing. You know, Moira, she outputs a lot of healing, but she has to also do damage. Anna gets blocked by barriers. That's a nightmare for her. Lucio and Zen aren't primary healers, and Symmetra doesn't do any healing at all. So, you know, if they're trying to get rid of Mercy from the meta, really, the only way they're going to be able to do that would be to bring another healer in that had a different healing style, but still had a huge amount of healing in her. And the only other person that can do that is Anna, and I'm afraid Anna with the barriers, and as well Anna on console, for all you console players out there, I think Mercy will still be in the meta for basically ever until they have some other healer, and I don't think we'll see another healer come into the game for another, what, at least another 3 heroes. I think if we're cycling, they had, what, they had an Anna, which was a healer, then they had Sombra, which was an attack, they had, what was that, they had an Orisa, which was a tank, they had Doomfist, and then we've had the Moira. So we're going to be looking for probably another 3 heroes until we get another healer, mate. Another healer. And, you know, Moira's great as a healer, but again, she would struggle to solo heal by herself. And I have, you know, you're going to need a Mercy. That's basically what I'm saying. But that isn't even the end of the nerfs on Mercy. The speed boost that Guardian Angel receives has been decreased by 50%. So you know that Mercy was actually quite quick in her Guardian Angel. She could fly about with her blaster and stuff, and ping around from player to player. That's now been decreased as well. You'll be half as fast, and the duration has also been hit from 20 seconds to 15 seconds. Now, this is absolutely huge to Mercy, but he has had some comments. He said, Mercy's recent resurrect changes have helped in allowing enemies to have more counterplay in dealing with her, but she was able to use resurrect through Valkyrie enough to largely manipulate the phones ringing. Never answer it. But what does that say? We're toning back. Additionally, we're toning back the amount of mobility Valkyrie provides through Guardian Angel, and is reducing its duration in overall to reduce the power of this ability. We are likely to be iterating these changes in the coming weeks. Now, the idea of the PTR, it stands for Public Test Region. If it comes back and this is flooded, a lot of people have been asking for Mercy to be nerfed. But the problem is, I just cannot see any other healer being able to take her spot. I don't think we're going to be in an Anna range. Because maybe on PC Anna's a bit easy to play, but on console you barely see any Annas at all, because she's too hard to play on console. And you know, when Overwatch was first released, well, you'll remember them saying that the console game and the console version and the PC version were going to might be treated as 2 different games. And I think they do need to be treated as 2 different games, because some players are easier to play, some heroes are easier to play, sorry, on PC compared to console. Like, on console, it's a completely different zone. It's a completely different way that players play, and we have to be careful that we don't make so many heroes bad on console that people. This is bad. This is bad for Mercy players. As a Mercy player myself, the instant res, the resurrect is something that people have moaned about all this time. And a lot of people have said, maybe it's time that we just take resurrect off of Mercy. And it kind of makes Mercy Mercy. You know, we've already rebranded Mercy once. And we've already had, this is Mercy 2.0. And they rebranded Mercy into Mercy 2.0. Then they changed her again, and now we're getting another change to Mercy. Just because they don't want Mercy to be in the meta, but we've had the meta of Lucio, and we've had the meta of Zen together. And is it to try and force through a few more Moira players? Well, Moira is a very tricky player to play. And, you know, I think you recall me saying, with the new healer, people would recall me saying, with the new healer, that before Moira came out, I said, this, in order to challenge Mercy to be a top hero, or to be the top healer, it would have to be a very low skill capped healer. And Moira isn't. She's a tricky player to get around, to use her effectively. So people are still going to play Mercy. And there's nothing we're going to be able to do about that, because it is, well, it is what it is at the end of the day. You can't really expect them type of players to just make that change from Moira or from Mercy to Moira, because it is too hard. But at the end of the day, they've made the changes. We'll see when they roll out, and if the changes are going to be that exactly. Will they make any more changes? I would expect these changes would probably go live with the Lunar New Year update, but I don't know. Depends how people react to them in the PTR. But we're going to move on to our second topic today. We're going to move on to Season 8 Toxicity. Now, I played 15 games in Season 8 so far. My placement's really positive. And for the first time ever, I actually solo queued all 10 of my Season 8 games. And won 7, lost 2, and unfortunately did draw 1. And I actually managed to go up. I ended the season mid 2300s, and I actually managed to get up to, I basically jumped about 200 SR up to plat. I'm now 2560 something right now after these 2 games. How did that happen? How did they go? Honestly, something that I complain about a lot is team communication. You don't really get much of that on Xbox, and these weren't really any exception to the rule. Literally, I went in, and there must have been about 2 or 3 games where I had 1 or 2 people in the team chat. The 2 games I had today, actually, no, yeah, it was 2 games I had today. They were one guy, there was a Zarya in here that was making, he was a bit toxic himself, but when he actually shut up and focused on his game, we did actually pull through, which was nice. It was nice to see that we can pull through. But again, I was just saying, group up, guys, we need to group up, guys, we need to group up, and they just didn't. When we did group up and we attacked as a team, we did actually go through and get the point, which was looking a little bit dodgy here. But the games that I played solo have been fantastic. However, the games that I've played paired with someone haven't been so great. We've lost 2 and won 1. And yesterday was a prime example of Toxicity leaving a bad, giving the game a bad atmosphere. So we were on, what was it? We were on Junkrat for one of them, and we lost them there. And, you know, my cousin, he has a tendency to get quite toxic in the chat. And honestly, when he gets too toxic now, I said, we're just going to come off. Honestly, because I can't play with toxic people. And if he's watching this, then, you know, Overwatch, you need to chill. Toxicity, it doesn't help, okay? And we were on Hanamura, and he was going off on 1, and he changed to Hanzo, and we lost the game, and I said, we're coming off. And we came off, because I don't want to lose on my SR to Toxicity. If I'm playing with someone, I need to know that they're going to cooperate, and they're going to form the best team you can. Normally when someone's getting toxic, you get toxic for a number of reasons. There's someone in your team that might be doing something you don't like, or honestly, I found a lot of toxic players, they try and when they're not playing so well yourself, you try and pass the blame to someone else. I'm not playing well, so I'm going to blame this person. Or I'm not doing something, this person, we haven't got this character, so we're going to lose. Not true. Again, when you're in these kind of ranks, from platinum to... God, from bronze to platinum, you need to be more worried about what you're doing compared to what other people are doing. If someone isn't playing so great, we all make mistakes. I guarantee if I went through all of these games right now, all these games that I played last season, I would find myself making a mistake at least once a game. Rezzing the wrong player, or going out, or trying to... being in our position. We all make mistakes, you know. Some people might press the wrong button, and they might ult. Oh well, you get over it, you attack as the team. And, you know, people get toxic far too often on this game. And, you know, these type of videos I try and make to make you guys better. Honestly, don't blame the team. Don't shout with your team. Don't blame the team. Don't start, say, here, this is a bad mistake from me. I went to help the soldier, should have been with the rest of the team. Bad mistake on my half. Soldier's ulted here, he's got the Mercy. A lot of people say, Soldier, why are you ulting? He's picked off the Mercy, it's fine. Sometimes you might not have you might ult, and you might not get anyone, but you've cleared the point. That's fine. People have come off the point, you'll get control back on the payload. Absolutely fine. Toxicity is not the way forward, guys. The more toxic you're getting, the less your brain is thinking about what you're doing, and the more you're focusing on this person. You're shouting at this guy, you're telling him you need to change, you need to change, you need to change. Never tell someone to change hero. You should be focused, as long as you're playing well, as long as you're doing the most you can to give your team the win. Again, I don't know why I've gone with this Reaper here. I'm trying to help the Reaper take on another Reaper. Complete waste of my time. Our spawn door's literally the other side. I should have let him die. That's his own fault. He's out of position. See, in a minute, I've picked up on team mistakes. My team weren't getting salty. The Zarya wasn't salty at me. And in a moment, you'll see why he wasn't salty at me. Remember that I was only Mercy for 1 round. But, Toxicity isn't good. Okay? You're just passing the blame off to someone else. And you're creating a bad atmosphere in the team chat. And don't get too used to seeing that from Mercy, because that's going to be gone soon. Instant reses and double reses. Jeff's like, you know what? We've had enough. We're getting rid of him. Yeah, it does create a bad atmosphere. If you're in team chat, you need to be positive. If you're not in team chat, then go for it. Do all the ranting you want, but it's taking away from your gameplay. You know, if you're too busy talking about someone else, you're not focusing on what's going on in the game, and you're getting killed. This Zarya, he was getting toxic, he was shouting at everyone, and he was getting killed. As long as we calm down, I said, guys, let's group up, let's attack this together. They're pushing us, they're staggering, we need to group up. And they just weren't grouping up. I said, Reaper, you can hear the tyres coming. I could hear the tyre, it was on its way. And if the tyre's on its way, just stay in the point, then he's wasted his ult. Just stay in the spawn. But again, they went through and the Zarya started getting toxic again. I can't actually see the Zarya talking too much now. But the Zarya was talking, and the Zarya was not very happy at all. He was persistent that we needed a barrier tank, and we weren't doing too badly, to be honest. What we've got a minute 50 left on the clock, so it wasn't too bad. But again, the toxicity, you know, when I'm in the team chat, I'm always trying to stay positive. I'm like, you know, instead of wasting your energy to pick things out that people aren't doing right, waste your energy on someone who is playing well. Soldier has a good ult. Tell your Soldier, good job, Soldier, or nice Soldier, or nice play from D.Va, or D.Va, nice play. Making the basic calls is going to help your team more than you going off and one in the team chat. You're going off and one in the team chat. Honestly, if you're going off and one in the team chat, one bad game, just come off. You're not having a good time, play another game. Do something else, because honestly, we don't need toxic players in Season 8. When I'm solo queuing, nobody's toxic. They might be being toxic when they're not in the team chat, but as long as you need to be able to focus. All I want to hear in team chat is people being nice and call-outs. I want to hear call-outs, and this Zarya was good at call-outs as well, which was fantastic. No one's in the team chat, I'm silent. I want to play, I'm not sat there moaning at anyone. If we don't have a good healer, then that's life. Try and make You've got to make do with it. You've got to make do with what you have. And if you don't have a barrier tank, play a barrier tank. If you're on a DPS and you're saying, we need another healer or we need another tank, I'm afraid you're going to have to change. It's just that simple. You will have to change. I've seen a few people dying here. I go in, I res the soldier. Is that such a good idea? Probably not, because I think I probably do get killed somewhere here. Actually, no, I didn't. The team actually came through. Winston came through. Reaper started to ult. Wasn't the greatest ult from the Reaper there. More of a panic ult, because he was the only one really there, along with the Lucio. But this game actually panned out pretty well. But, again, I'm just going to say one more time. Do not have a go at your teammates. Do not start slating your teammates. Do it after a game if you want to. Say, oh, that guy wasn't too good, but we lost or we won. If at the end of the day you can't win every game, you will lose a couple of games. You will lose and win. The game will put you where it thinks you are. If you want to be a platinum player, but you're stuck in gold, then the thing is, you're probably not a platinum player, and you should probably be in gold anyway. You know, the game will put you where you are. If you've been underranked a little bit, then honestly, play something else. You know, solo queuing in Overwatch isn't as bad as it looks. You know, you might not have the security of your friend. You might say, for me, it's okay because I play Mercy, but normally in a lot of games you will have cooperative players. And they will change to something good at the end here. Look, we have triple tank. And that's my doorbell. Sorry about that, guys. We have got the doorbell went, but again, toxicity, bad thing to do, and I just let that game play out. And I actually managed to get 14,000 healing, which was great. Hopefully, you guys all take something away from this one. If you did, remember to drop a like, comment down below how you think about Season 8, subscribe if you're new, don't forget to turn notifications on, and I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.